two households, both alike in dignity.
In fair Corona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge, break to new mutiny,
where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes,
a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
Romeo, 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 here's drink, I drink to thee.
whose misadventured piteous overthrows
doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love,
and the continuance of their parents' rage,
but which, with their children's end, naught could remove,
is now the 2-hour traffic of our stage.
Which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
With all these, for restful death I cry, as to be behold desert of beggars born, and needing nothing trimmed in a trollity, and purest faith unhappily forswown, and gilded honour shamefully misplaced, a maiden virtue rudely forstrumpeted, and the right perfection wrongfully disgraced, and strength by limping sway disabled, and art made tongue-tied by authority, her folly doctor-like controlling skill, and simple truth miscalled simplicity, and captive good attending captain ill, tired with all these. From these I could be gone, save that to die I leave my love alone.
No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surly sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world where vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I in your sweet thoughts should be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if, I say, you look upon this verse, when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your love even with my life decay, lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone.
To be contented when that fellow rest, without all bale shall carry me away. My life hath in this line some interest, for which memorial still thee shall stay. For thou dost review the very part I consecrate to thee. The earth can have its earth which it is due, my spirit thine, the better parts of me. So when thou hast lost the dregs of life, the worth of that is that which contains, and that is this, and this is what remains.
My love is as a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physic to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, hath left me, and I desperate now approve. Desire is death, which physic did accept. Past cure am I, now reason is past care, and frantic mad with evermore unrest. My thoughts and my discourse, as madmen's are, at random from the truth that vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night.
A drum, Macbeth does come.
Weird sisters, hand in hand,
Posters of the sea
Of the land,
thus to go about,
and thrice to thine,
and thrice to mine,
to make up nine peace,
the charms wound up.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glanis.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
all hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Hail!
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 Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail! Come, let's make haste, she'll soon be back again. Thrice the branded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harper cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw.
Toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31.
Sweltered vermin, sleeping got. Boil thou first, I charmed the pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble,
Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake.
Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog.
Adder's fork, and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg, an owlet's wing.
For a charm of powerful trouble, like hellbroth, boil and bubble.
Double, double,
toil and trouble.
Fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of a dragon, tooth of a wolf, witch's mummy, moor and gulf.
Of the raven sea salt shark, root of hemlock, dig in the dark.
Liver of a blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of yew.
Silvered in the moon's eclipse, noses of a Turk and Tartar lips.
Finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab.
Make the gruel thick and slab, add thereto a tiger's children.
For the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble.
Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Open locks for whoever knocks.
The raven himself is hoarse. It croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, and stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature may shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances. You wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark, to cry, hold, hold.
Yet, here is a spot. Out, damned spot. Out, I say. 1, 2. Why then? 'Tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier, and afeard? What need we fear? Who knows it? When none can call our power to account. Yet, who would have thought that the old man had so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting. Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfume of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh. To bed, to bed.
Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on's grave. To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Come. Come, come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed.
Hang our banners on the outward walls. The cry they still, they come. Our castle's strength will last the siege to score. Here let them lie, till the famine and the ague to eat them up. Were they not forced with those should be ours? We might met them, therefore, be it to be it, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I almost forgotten the taste of fears. The time has been, my senses would have cooled, to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would dismal at the treaties rouse and stir, as life would aid. I suppered full with horrors. Dying is familiar to my slaughterous thoughts couldn't once start me. Why thou for that cry?
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would be a time for such word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Crept in this pity pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted falls to the way of dusted death. Out, brief candle. Oh, but life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that fruts and streads his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. Signifying nothing.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that, moreover. He's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece, I will drink as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn of the toe like parsnip top. What wench? Castiel and Volgo. For here comes Sir Andrew. Ow, 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 you. Here comes Sir Andrew.
Sir Toby Belch, here now.
Sweet
Toby
Sir
Belch.
Andrew. Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir?
Accost, Sir Andrew. Accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is in front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would never undertake her on this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And now let part so, Sir Andrew, wilt thou never draw swords again?
And you, part so, mistress, I might never draw swords again? Fair lady, do you think you have foes in hand?
Well, I have not you by the hand.
But Mary, you shall. Here, have my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. Bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Therefore, sweetheart, what is your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why? I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir?
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir. I have them at my fingers' ends. Now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Is anybody there? Is anybody there? What ho, I say! Peace in this prison! Who calls there? Sir Topaz the Great, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topaz? Sir Topaz? Good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest nothing but of ladies.
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. Never was man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. They've laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie! Thou dishonest Satan, I call thee by most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why? It hath bay windows transparent as barricadoes, and the clear stories towards the south north are luxurious as ebony, and yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman! Thou errest, I say. There is no madness but ignorance in which I more
puzzled then, than an Egyptian in their fog.
I say to you, this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say to you, never was man thus wronged. I am no more mad than you are. Make trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might haply inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras here till I will allow to thy wits. And fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz!
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me thou how lady does.
Fool?
My lady isn't kind, Purdy.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say!
She loves another. Who calls her?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand. Help me to a candle, ink, pen and paper, and as I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
I, good fool!
Alas, sir! How fell you beside your fine wits?
Fool, never was man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then you must be mad indeed if you know better in your wits than a fool.
They have kept me here, in darkness, send ministers to me, assess, do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise what you say, the minister is coming. Master Malvolio, thy wits thy heavens restored, endeavour thyself in sleep and vain bibble-babble.
Sir Topaz?
Maintain no words of him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. May God be with you, good Sir Topaz. Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool? Fool! Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I'm shed for speaking to you.
Fool, help me to some paper and some light. I'm as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Fool, some pen, ink, and light. And convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee better ever the bearing of letter did.
Then I will help you too. But tell me true. Are you mad indeed, or do but counterfeit?
Believe me, I tell thee true, I am not.
Nay, I will never believe a madman until I see his brains. I will fetch you light, ink, and paper.
I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you in a trice, like an old vice.
Shall we come to the top of that same hill?
We do climb up it now. Look how we labour.
Methinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Hark! Do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why then your other senses grow perfect by your eyes' anguish.
Maybe it be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, and now speakest in better phrase and matter than thou didst.
You're much deceived. In nothing am I changed but in my garments.
Methinks you're better spoken.
Come, sir. Here's the place. Stand still. How fearful. And dizzy 'tis to cast one's eyes so low. The crows and chafs that wing the midway air show scarce so gross as beetles. Halfway down hangs one that gathers samphire. Dreadful trade. Methinks he seems no bigger than his head. The fishermen that walk upon the beach appear like mice. And yond, tall anchoring bark diminished to her cock a boy, almost too small for sight. I'll look no more, lest my brain turn in the deficient sight to topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Give me your hand. You're now within a foot of the extreme verge.
Let go my hand. Here, friends, a purse, in it a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods, prosper it with thee. Now go further off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going.
Now fare you well, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why, I do trifle thus with his despair. It's done to cure it.
Oh, you mighty gods, shake patiently my great affliction off. If I could bear it longer and not fall, my snuff and loathed part of nature burn itself out. If Edgar live, oh bless him. Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Now but a child, I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, have given me cause to curse. If thou hast laid Lysander in his sleep, been overshoot in the blood, and the plunge him deep, and kill me too. The sun was so true until the day to me. Would he stolen away from sleep in Hermia? I'll believe as soon. The whole earth may be bored, and that the moon in fruit may be through the centre creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with intrepidese. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So how can a murderer look so dead, so grim?
Nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in a basket, a couple of fools' knaves, his hinds were called forth by their mistress to carry me on in the name of foul clothes to Darchard Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door. Who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quirked for fear, lest the jealous lunatic knave would have searched it. But faith ordaining, he should be cockled, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke, I have suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compressed like a good bilbo in the circumference of the peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinky claws that threaten their own grease. Think of that! A man of my kidney! Think of that! That am I a subject to heat as butter, and a man of continual dissolution of brow. Oh, it was a miracle to escape the suffocation and the height of this bath, when I was more than half skewed in grease like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames, cooled and glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think of that! Hissing hot! Think of that, Master Brooke. all the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flat, unprosperous fall, and making by an inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I need must cuss, but they nor pinch me, frighten me with urchin shows, pitch me in iron my, nor led me like firebrand in the dark, move out of my way, unless he bid them for every trifle they set upon me, sometimes like apes that moan and chatter at me, after bite me, like hedgehogs lie tumbling on my bare footway, mount their pricks on my footfall. Sometimes I am all wound up with adders with cloven tongues, to hiss me into madness!
I am hurt, a plague on both your houses. Is he gone and hath nothing?
What? Art thou hurt?
I scrapped. Marry, 'tis enough. Where is my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon. 'Tis not so deep and as a well, nor as wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you will find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant for this world, a plague on both your houses. Sounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why, the devil came you between us. I am hurt under your arm. Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses. They have made worms' meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses.
Think so, Iago?
What? To kiss in private?
An unauthorised kiss?
Or to be naked with her friend in bed? An hour or more? Not meaning any harm?
Naked in bed, Iago, and not meaning any harm. It is hypocrisy against the devil. They that mean virtuously, and yet do so. The devil their virtue tempts, and they tempt heaven.
If they do nothing.
'Tis a venial slip.
But if I give my wife a handkerchief.
What then?
Why then, 'tis hers, my lord, and being hers,
She may.
bestow it on any man.
She's protectress of her honour too. May she give that?
Her honour is an essence that cannot be seen. They have it very oft, that have it not before the handkerchief.
By heaven, I would most gladly have forgot it. Thou saidst, oh, it doth come over my memory, as does the infectious house. Boding to all, he had my handkerchief.
Aye, what of that?
That's not so good now.
What?
If I had said I had seen him do you wrong, or heard him say, as knows me such a bawd, Who having, in their unfortunate or voluntary dotage of some mistress,
Convince and supply them.
Cannot choose but they must blab.
have he said anything? He hath, my lord. Be that well assured. No more than he'll and swear. What hath he said? Faith, that he did.
I know not what he did.
What? What?
Lie?
With her? With her.
On her. What you will.
Lie with her? Lie on her? We say lie on her when they belie her. Lie with her? Zounds, that's foulsome. Confessions, handkerchief, confessions. To confess and be hanged for his labour. First to be hanged and then to confess. I tremble at it. Nature would not invest herself in such shadowing passion without some instruction. Is it not words that shake me thus? Pierced noses, ears and lips. Is it possible? Confessions, handkerchief, oh devil!
Work on.
Open your ears, for which of you will stop the vent of hearing when loud rumour speaks? I from the Orient to the drooping west, making the wind my post horse, still unfold the acts that commence on this ball of earth. Upon my tongue's continual slanders ride, the which in every single language I pronounce, stuffing the ears of men with false reports. I speak of peace, while covert enmity under the smile of safety wounds the world. Rumour is a pipe, blown by surmises, jealousies, conjectures, and so easy and so plain a stop. The blunt monster with uncounted heads can play upon it. Why is rumour here?